for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Ryan and Danielle Axe.
So we still have all this medication left over, but this is basically the pen that she had, and this one's actually a little bit of a used one here, but yeah, basically you
put the needle
the needle in the top there, and then she would just have to dial it up. There's a little dial count on I don't know if you can see, but there's a little dial count right there. You can't really see it right now because it's pretty dark, but you turn it to load up how much of the medication's gonna go in. So Danielle would have to that and then just press it to give herself the shot. So we still have this, which we're gonna be using. And we have a full one, and then this is still a little bit leftover one. So
it's a half one.
Yeah. So this is a half used one. So that's good. But that's basically what Danielle was doing. So she wasn't having to this was a little bit easier to handle than as opposed to like a syringe and a needle.
Yeah.
But see, I saw her doing these, and she did these shots every single time. Mm-hmm. Every single time she always did this shot herself because it was just easy. It didn't really hurt too bad.
The only ones that really hurt are the progesterone because it's an oil base, and those are the ones that Ryan has to do because they have to go like right above your butt, and I can't really see back there to do it, so Ryan does those. Those ones actually hurt the most, which kind of sucks that he's the one that has to give that to me.
Yeah. I would not say that I'm more comfortable with needles, but in some strange way, I'm okay being around them for this process. I still will cry like a baby if I have to get a shot from the doctor or get my blood drawn.
Oh yeah.
Anything to do with it.
That was a big ordeal when you had to get your blood drawn.
Yeah. But yeah, so we basically started doing these shots, and then you get to the point where you're gonna do the egg retrieval, which is a surgery. You know, Danielle had to be put under, and I wasn't in there for it. From what I know, it was kind of like a vacuum almost. That's just like sucks all the eggs out, because all this medication is to help create more and more and more and more eggs. Danielle had 14 eggs that she made for that process.
It was a catheter needle that like sucked them out.
Yeah. I wasn't in there. I wasn't allowed in there. I was basically just had to stay in the waiting room, which was really nerve-wracking.
That was honestly, I think that was the worst part. That part hurt the most because afterwards, it's terrible.
Yeah, afterwards she was still all doped up on the anesthesia, and she was like, "Let's get out of here. Where are my socks?" All just like, I swear I felt like I was dealing with somebody who's like just got their wisdom teeth pulled out. So she wasn't feeling it then. But yeah, so basically they extracted all the eggs out. Doctor came out, told me like, okay, we're all done. She's good. She's just waking up. Just let her recover. They'll come back and get you. And we got 14 eggs, and I was like, wow. It's a ton of eggs. I thought. I was like, dang, that's a lot of eggs. And it's a good amount of eggs. The doctor this time is definitely expecting more eggs. Yeah. He wants more, like around the 18 to 20 mark, so hopefully we can get that. We're gonna up the dosage a little bit. But yeah, we got 14 eggs, and I was like, wow. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking, cool, we're gonna have 14 embryos. That was what I was thinking. I was like, we got so many shots, right? Like at that. So basically then at that point, you know, I took her home, and she was supposed to be on bed rest. She took, you know, I think the next day or two off work, just resting. She was in a decent amount of pain. She said it was just basically like being on like her worst period times 100, just like cramp wise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She was pretty messed up.
You get really bad cramps.
But other than that, I mean, 2 days later you were fine. She was feeling fine. You know, so then they start the process of doing what's called ICSI, where they take my sperm with the 14 eggs that we had, and they basically just extract sperm and put it on top of the egg directly. So they set it right on top of it. Dish. So it basically, you know, it's there. They just gotta, you know, go together. I think I want to say we had 9 the first day embryos. I think that was the number. But then they don't always make it, you know? They consider an embryo just like at that point, they considered it just, sperm went into the egg at that point. So I think I want to say we had like 9. So I was thinking, cool, we have 9 embryos, like sweet. And that's not the case. So, basically every day for like the next 2 or 3 days, they were contacting us saying, okay, this many has survived overnight.
Yeah.
So eventually we got whittled down to 5, and I was like, that's pretty good. We have 5 embryos, I was thinking. Our doctor's optimistic that he wants more, so hopefully we get that.
This doctor's
more optimistic that we're gonna have more embryos, hopefully.
Yeah.
He would have wanted more, he said. Obviously. I mean, we would have too, right?
Who doesn't want more?
So we had 5 embryos, and then we made the decision, do we do genetic testing or do we not do genetic testing? The main reason I'd say people do genetic testing is to find out the sex.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. We didn't do it for that though. We did it because we wanted to make sure that, because you go through all these disease testings and all that stuff, and then they go over like your family history and stuff, and then I think we just mainly wanted to do it just to make sure that when the embryos were made, like all of their parts are there. Like if we're gonna be putting this in my body, they need all their chromosomes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another main reason that people do it too. Not just for the sex. Like we didn't care about the sex. We're like, don't care.
Yeah, no.
Yo, girls. Hey, settle down, please. Just wait. We didn't care about the sex at all. We're like, don't even care. I don't care, man. Boy, girl, don't care.
Still don't care.
Alien, whatever. But obviously we found that out, but we were more concerned with just putting the best embryos that we could because we wanted the highest success rate of trying to get a baby. So we were
4 out of the 5 made it.
Yeah, so
to the final stage.
The 5th one that didn't make it was basically just didn't pass like it
normality.
Normality, yeah. That's good, yeah. 4 out of the 5 made it through as far as just kind of being normal embryos.
Yeah.
We killed them. So we had 4 embryos, and we had a talk. Me and Danielle had a talk about how many we're gonna put in.
Yeah.
And we both decided, let's go for 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get 2, boy, girl, done.
Yes.
Perfect, right? That was our plan. That was our hope. We didn't know the sexes yet or anything like that. We just knew that we had.
We weren't really guided either. Like so not our new doctor, our old doctor was kind of just like, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, our new doctor doesn't recommend doing 2.
No.
Our other doctor just said, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's like, whatever.
Basically, like, if you want to put in 2, we'll put in 2. So we put in 2 embryos. But before that, right, we had our procedure date set. You guys you're good to go. We're gonna do the transfer. We were so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
That was like the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life.
I was so excited. And then we were in the room and the doctor comes in, and it was at that time when we found out the sex. He said, do you guys want to know the sex? And we talked about that, and originally it was no. We didn't want to know the sex. And then Danielle was super flip-floppy on it, and she ultimately decided that she did want to know the sex of the embryos. Because they're also they're graded on a scale of like great, good, okay, and poor.
So what we had asked him was, we said, do we have both sex, is actually what we said, because I said that if we had both sex, then I don't want to know.
No, you have that opposite.
What?
Yeah, we said that if we had more than one sex, we wanted to know. If we didn't, it didn't matter.
Okay,
but
okay,
even still, Danielle,
I still had to know.
Literally, we're in the room. She's like ready to be, they're ready to put him in and stuff. And he's like, okay, do you want to know the sexes? Because, basically then we're going to pick which ones that we're going to put in you. And she said yes. And I asked the question, are they do we have more than one sex? And we had 4 embryos.
Yeah.
Of course we have more than one sex. No, you don't have more than one sex. I was like, what the heck? Right? The doctor was even surprised, said,
He's like, are you sitting down?
I've never seen this. With 4 embryos, just the chances, you know? 4 embryos, all the same sex. And he goes, do you want to know the sex? And Danielle goes, yeah, I do. Like right away, didn't even ask me. She goes, I want to know. So he goes, are you sitting down? I was already sitting down. And based off that comment alone, I was like, oh boy, I know. I already know. And he goes, they're all female. And I was like, dude, I'm destined to be surrounded by women for my entire life. I have my wife, I have 2 dogs, both female. I'm destined to be around females. So we had 4 females, no boys. I was a little like shocked was the best word. I was gonna say devastated. I wasn't devastated because I was super blessed that we had 4 embryos.
Yeah.
But I was just more like shocked, like, wow. But I got over it real quick. Like, all right, cool. Tis what it is. She wanted to switch seats. So I say, yes, dear. Yeah, you guys out there, you know the rules. So yeah, we had 4 females. We decided that we were gonna put 2 in. We put 2 in, and I remember that Danielle, she started bleeding and she was really nervous.
No, I started bleeding and I told you it didn't work.
She told me it didn't work, and I was like, well, we don't know. The doctor said that you could experience some bleeding, but the bleeding just got like heavier and heavier and heavier. So eventually we went back. We had to go back. How many days later was it? Was it like a week or something? Or 2 weeks?
No, you do it's the 2-week wait.
2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, we had to go back for her to take a blood test.
For my beta.
To know if we're pregnant or not, right? So we go out. I mean, I thought no. I was like, there's no way she's pregnant, but I was trying to just stay as positive as possible because she's been crying her eyes out. She's been bleeding really bad. You know, just the assumption that doesn't work. Go up there, we take the blood test. I was super nervous, super everything. And then I remember her calling me at work, telling me to come outside. And that she had a white box for me, the card. I opened it up, I read it, and it said that we were pregnant. And she had bought like a baby outfit. And
It said daddy's little girl.
I cried my eyes out. I still get really emotional thinking about it. I was so excited. She just told me that, you know, the doctor called me and told me that we were pregnant, and I was over the moon, so excited. He did say, or she mentioned to me that he said that, you know, the beta was a little lower than he wanted, and that we needed to be coming back so we can make sure that that number is doubling.
And I was put on bed
And you know what?
rest,
I didn't even care about that part. All I heard was, "You're pregnant." Like we're pregnant. That's all I heard. And I didn't care about anything else. I was like, whatever, yeah, cool. We'll go. I mean, it's fine, whatever. Yeah, it's all gonna be fine. We're pregnant. Like, done. And it didn't turn out that way. We kept going back to the doctor for blood, and her beta was not. It was going.
My
up.
beta went up twice.
It did go up. It did go up, but it wasn't going up as much as it needed to. Very incrementally, and it was not going up as high as it needed to go. And then
Because your beta is supposed to double each time.
And then that was the first time that we were told no.
Yeah.
We were told yes, and then we were told no. Only like a week after we were told yes, we were told no. And that was...
We were told yes on Cammy's 6th birthday.
Yeah. we were told yes. And yeah, that was one of the hardest days of my life, bar none. I don't want to get all soppy and stuff like that, but it didn't work, you know. And then we took a little bit of time, and then we obviously had 2 more embryos. We decided
actually took quite a bit of time because we didn't do it till
May. Then we had to do we just had, since we already had the other embryos, we just had to do the transfer, so we had to pay for that. I want to say honestly it was probably around like $5 or $6 grand.
Yeah,
which brings
I had to
us
do
up
more
to
medicine again, more shots.
Yeah, we had to do shots and stuff like that. We did that, we did 2 again, and that time we just got told no.
Yeah, that time it didn't work at all.
So,
So the first time that we did an implantation, we did fresh. So the embryos were never frozen, and then they say the success rate of the fresh ones are actually lower. And then, but first that worked for us. I mean, for a short while, but it still worked. And then the second time we did the frozen ones, those ones didn't work at all. But this time, my doctor now says he only does frozen. He's not doing fresh at all. And I mean, for me, I think that's kind of scary because from what we know, the only thing that worked for me was fresh. Yeah. So.
But yeah, so that's a little bit of a recap on our first time. I know it's a lot of info.
Yeah.
But it was a long journey, and video's got to be a little bit long, unfortunately, for us to get through it. And we could talk so much more about it. We skipped over details, minimal details though, you know, not important stuff. How every ultrasound went, how every blood test went, all that kind of stuff. We made too many trips to the doctors, I can't even count. Probably over the course from December to May. We did December of 2016. 2016?
2015. No.
2016.
2016? No, I don't think so. Cause that was just, wait, we're in 18. Oh my God, yeah, you're right. December of 2016 all the way till May of 2017.
We probably had to go up to the doctor 50 different times.
I put so many miles on my new car.
But it was just for minimal, the required stuff.
Yeah.
Blood. We would go up there, drive up there, for Danielle to sit in a chair and them to take blood for 5 minutes, and then we left.
Yeah.
And then they call us later with the results.
Yep.
It was just part of the process, and it was what we were willing to do. So that was our first time. We got told yes, and we got told no, and then we got told no again. But we're optimistic that this time is gonna be the time.
Yes.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And I feel that 2019, baby Axe.
Yes.
Is gonna be here. So, yeah, that is our first time through it. Wanted to share the journey. We're gonna be going through it again, and we're gonna document everything as best as we can.
So thanks for being along for the ride.
Thank you very much. I know that it looks like people are coming across our videos, and people are sharing our videos, and that's really cool. It means a lot to us. We're seeing our subscriber count go up, and it's really just most important for Danielle and I just to kind of share the journey with anybody who wants to follow along with us, because we really feel like it's a pretty really good support group that we can have by our side throughout the whole thing. That's what we're really, so we get excited when we see that we have another subscriber who's willing to follow us through the journey. Really, we do.
Yeah.
It makes us feel really good. So we appreciate everybody who has hit subscribe, and I know that some people probably just watch them, so we just appreciate that too. So it means a lot. Thank you again. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you next time.